G'day guys, it's Nick and Helmi. So we are 2 weeks away before we can dine in and travel again.
Hooray!
And Nick can finally have haircut.
Indeed.
So stay tuned because I've actually already booked everything. So it's gonna be super exciting. But today we are in Newtown, which is like the hippie suburb of Sydney. Yes. So Newtown is very diverse. So if you want diversity, if you want to know what is Sydney food, you can actually go to Newtown because Newtown have everything from Japanese, Korean, Chinese to Italian. Yes, a lot of Italian. But today we're gonna show you some of the best food that you can find in Newtown. We can't eat everything obviously because our stomach is quite small, but if you like this video, don't forget to punch the like button, and then maybe we can do part 2. Let's see how it goes.
So our first stop is this cafe here in Newtown called Pastisi. So they do Maltese and Italian food. Hearing that, I'm already super excited. So they do this savory pastry here called Pastisi, which is a traditional Maltese food, and usually inside they have peas and also have ricotta. Here we've got the ricotta here, which is the classic traditional, so we have to get the classic and traditional. That's one way to know how good a food is. This is a local favorite here, which is beef and dark ale inside. It's definitely a lot more browner than the ricotta one, and it looks like it's crispy and burnt as well. Look at that. You can see that layers of filo pastry there, so when you bite it, it's gonna be absolutely crunchy. I know it sounds like there is alcohol inside, which is dark ale, but apparently there's no alcohol. It just tastes like it. So we're gonna try the non-classic first, and then I'm gonna let Helmi try the cheese for a cheese spoon. Let's just open that up. Wow, look at that. Inside it looks like there's a braised beef there.
Loaded.
Yeah. Oh, I can smell it. There's that kind of sweetness smell from that dark ale.
Wow.
Oh man. So crunchy. Inside there's a huge savory saltiness taste there. You got the dark ale, which is a very subtle sweetness to it. It's more savory than anything sweet. And I love how this is so hot as well, so it's really fresh. They rotate very quickly because there's a lot of queues, a lot of people getting this, so it's always fresh there. But beef, onions, dark ale, and mushroom, just beautiful combination. And then you got that kind of flaky but very oily, very oily pastry on top of there. And also on the way out, we were given this sauce, which is complimentary. I have no idea what that sauce is, but when you smell it, it kind of smells like a very tangy tomato-based sauce there. Interesting, when you add that, there's like a complexity of flavor, but I kind of like it as it is already, without the additional like sauce on top. But it does make a completely different brand new taste when you add that. Actually very interesting. So if you do like tomato sauce, go for it. Otherwise, just go classic and traditional without any addition.
This is the traditional one, which is ricotta. And they also have the curry one, which is also traditional, but I love mushies better than peas. Wow, it's so flaky, look at that.
Wow.
Ooh.
There's a cream of cheese right there.
Yeah. Like everything with filo pastry. I love it. It's just so crunchy, it's so nice. Let's try this. Mmm.
Is it good?
Mmm.
How's the cheese?
Mmm. You know when you steam your egg in the Chinese food, it's sort of like that, right? But the flavor though is obviously cheesy, so like cheesy egg tofu texture. It's really good. Alright, let me try with the sauce. I like the sauce. The sauce is like more sweet, yeah, toned down tomato sauce. I really like it.
There is a dish, like again, like an Asian Chinese dish. You have peas on top, remember, and then glazed with that, and underneath it's like the egg. It's like the egg omelette.
Fu Yung Hai, I think.
Is it?
Egg Fu Yung Hai.
Is that the Chinese or is it the Taiwanese one?
It's Chinese, yeah. Egg Fu Yung Hai. So yeah, I like the sauce. So it's like watery tomato paste. A bit sweet, not too sour, which is really good.
One of the things that we really like to do is to get coffee, right?
Yeah.
So one of my favorite coffee here in Newtown, it's called Newtown. But as you can see, it's still pretty severely closed because of the whole pandemic. But in 2 weeks, we're hoping that we could probably sit down instead of getting takeaway.
I know, right? Finally. This cafe has been here for a while. I can't remember how many years, but this is the first cafe that do cronut, which is croissant and donut. So they're very famous with that, and yeah, I hope we can finally dine in. Nowadays, we always get just takeaway coffee. The coffee is good too. So the next stop is like institution in Sydney. If you're in Newtown or Sydney, you'll know this place. It's called Italian Bowl. I remember I went to Italian Bowl for the first time when I was still in uni, and it's like $10 or $11 of pasta, huge one, and I couldn't finish. It's so cheap, and over the years, I guess
it's called inflation.
So right now it's starting from $16. So the way it is like you choose the pasta that you like to have, and then you choose the sauce, and it's just like magic. It's like fast, it's sort of like fast food Italian pasta, you know, and cooked to order. That's why it's super fresh and we love it so much. We actually eaten it quite a lot during lockdown through Uber Eats. But today we are getting the, what is it, Nick? Boscaiola? Boscaiola. So basically it's cream, bacon, shallots, and some mushroom. Look at that. It looks super simple. The good thing about Italian pasta, right? The simple it is, the more delicious it is. Like, you don't need like a fancy lobster or whatever in the pasta, honestly. To be honest with you, a lot of restaurants trying to be very fancy, but then sometimes, you know, something like just bacon, it is so good. Super cheesy and oily at the same time, but the pasta, the fettuccine, is like al dente. That's how it is, right? The pasta have to be al dente, not too soft and not too hard as well. And you know, we've tried before through Uber Eats, and their pasta is still good. Normally, if you do like, you know, delivery, the pasta could be overcooked and be like very soft, but their one is still very, very nice. So yeah, nothing else I can say about Italian Bowl, but if you are in Newtown and you don't know what to eat, just go Italian Bowl and you'll be happy. So this place is also institution in Newtown. It's called Taipoto, and it's actually one of our favorite Thai restaurants in Sydney. And there's a lot of memories here. One of our dates is actually also here.
That's right. And what I love about this place is it does very traditional and classic way of sort of cooking Thai food. Yeah.
Yes, and also the service is excellent. The food is excellent. And the interior inside, if you dine in, is also like very good for celebration. We actually want to eat this one today as well, but I think we can skip today because we are actually quite full. So we look at this $2.50 for juice, and it's quite hot today, so yeah, we're gonna get that.
If you're a dessert lover, you'll know that one of the institutional dessert here in Newtown is Black Star pastry. Now, their original branch is actually behind me here and on this street here. Now, but they've moved. It's now Tokyo Lamington. We're gonna show you that too. There is around the corner here is the new Black Star pastry place. It looks very posh and modern. They've done it really well. But when we went inside, you know what? They said they ran out of the watermelon cake.
I know!
Which is ridiculous because it's only what, 2 o'clock right now? My gosh, must be a busy morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now we're gonna just show you Tokyo Lamington. It's really good. So I'm gonna introduce you to, I guess, one of the Australian classic, Lamington.
So we are currently in Tokyo Lamington. We got the original, and Ed, which is the owner of Tokyo Lamington, give me free chocolate ones. Do you want to talk about Tokyo Lamington?
Oh my gosh, it started by accident actually. It's funny, we were not supposed to open in Australia. We were supposed to open in Japan, hence the name Tokyo Lamington. Because of our good friend COVID, we had to come home. We're really happy here though, so we're going to keep the store going, and as soon as we can fly, we're going to get back to Japan and open.
But why Lamington?
We started selling Lamingtons in Japan in our cafe.
Oh really?
And they became super popular, so we decided to open a sub-brand, Tokyo Lamington.
Right.
It's a bit of a cheeky kind of thing. You know Tokyo Banana?
Yeah.
So it was our riff on Tokyo Banana.
Oh, I love Tokyo Banana.
So do I.
So
you know what? They're not the best things in the world, but it's one of those cold things you buy, you bring home for gifts.
Yeah.
You eat them, you just like, oh yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's good.
Like
I love them though.
Crispy one is good though.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, so you are actually ex Black Star pastry.
I am.
Yeah.
That's where many years ago, and we're back to the original shop now. Which
I know.
It was quite spooky at first. When we first did the tour of the shop and we took it over, it was just like, it's pretty surreal. It's a great shop though. We love this street. It's awesome neighbours. You know, we've got Lonely Mouth, we've got, you know, Westwood up the street, we've got Continental. It's the perfect little place for us. 5 different flavours of chocolate. So we've got chocolate ganache, chocolate mousse, chocolate cake, chocolate biscuit, chocolate sauce. It sounds overboard, but it's actually really good. It works well. It's all different chocolates.
We're gonna try that. This is like overloaded chocolate.
And Helmi loves that.
And I love chocolate, so yeah, let's try this one. So Lamington is like an Aussie classic cake with lots of coconut right there. So it's like sponge cake with some cream and coconut. Let's try this one. So the Lamington itself is not too sweet. If you go to supermarket, it's like super sweet, which I really hate it as well. So yeah, if you love Lamington, you're gonna try Tokyo Lamington. Like we've tried this one 3 times I think. We've tried the yuzu, we've tried the OG. What else? There's like the vegan as well. So if you are vegan, there's also option, which is really good. They're actually quite creative. So every week they have a special flavor. For example, this is the one that he mentioned, chocolate overloaded. I can't remember. There's so many chocolates, like chocolate. All right. Oh, look at that. Everything is chocolate. I guess if you don't like coconut, you can have this one as well because there's no coconut here.
Just pure chocolate.
So many layers. There's combination of dark chocolate, milk chocolate, chocolate like ganache or crumble. So as soon as you bite it, it's like explosion of chocolate flavor. There's nothing Lamington on it. It's like, it's really good though. I hope they make it permanent. It's so crazy. It's sunny, but then it's raining, right?
I know, right? So now we're off to the second dessert spot.
Second dessert spot,
Oh,
which
this is
actually Nick's favorite.
Alright, so we actually featured this place before. It's called Hakiki. They do Turkish ice cream, and what I love about Turkish ice cream, it's how stretchy it is because they use orchid roots. That is just stretchy and it takes so long for it to melt. So this is perfect if you want to bring a top back home, you know, and you have like a long journey.
Yeah.
Love this. One of my favorite, the sour cherry flavor. And also because recently we saw our friend Greg and Jimmy eating some Turkish ice cream, Turkish Delight. So I was thinking like, oh man, you guys are making me miss Turkish ice cream. So now I got one myself. Oh man, really can feel that cherry. I love this. I like refreshing stuff, by the way. Helmi loves the dark chocolates, so that's why the Lamington worked for Helmi. She loves chocolate, but for me, I like things that are really tangy and refreshing, you know, and this is what I love. Just something simple like this. Yeah, usually we get the top, but this time around we're just gonna get one scoop, and even one scoop is actually quite big. Look at that.
Yeah.
This is gonna last a while.
And look at this weather, it's so weird. It's sunny again.
It's really funny. Now it's like really sunny.
My gosh.
And it was just pissing rain just now. It's terrible. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It's out and about. You know, obviously 2 more weeks before we can actually dine in and travel. We're already booking our, well, not booking, we're already planning our travel trips for next year or the end of this year. So stay tuned. If you guys got any ideas or where we should go, leave it down in the comment. But thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and see you in 2 weeks. I mean,
next week.
Next week.